everybody. As you are listening, please breathe and just embody this. You're not in trouble. And there's a lot of us that have grown up with trauma in childhood. And when you have trauma in childhood or trauma in the past, younger ages, then we get stuck there. And then we wonder why we're adults right now, but almost acting like we're children, that our mental game is off. And so it really isn't your fault, but it's something that needs to be repaired that only you can do. And that's why I am here. They say that if somebody has PTSD, that is because that they had an issue in childhood that opened up that window to be able to get PTSD much easier or almost automatic. Okay. So now that you're starting to think about, I didn't do this, my childhood has created this within me, then maybe you won't feel so bad about yourself. That's really what I want you to know right now. You don't need to feel bad. I remember I've had PTSD and nervous disorder since the age of 3. So at that point, you want to hide, but you're not verbal enough to say, and you can't say, leave me alone, I need to hide, I feel unsafe. So you just go within, and sometimes you disassociate. And then when you go to school, you're disassociated, you're afraid, you're scared, and so you get isolated. And then it's hard to study, to learn, to put A to B, B to C, C to D together. So then you get behind. All the while, you have to put on a happy face so your mom and dad will be mad at you. And so what I do is I go in and help you understand that the childhood. And I want to say thank you for surviving as long as you survived. And when we heal that and update you to be your body's age, life can get just so much juicier, so much better. And you'll want to be seen, heard, and witnessed, and you actually believe in yourself, possibly for the first time as an adult, that I believe in myself, that I can do this, that I'm actually smart in a lot of different areas. I remember about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I was in my office working with a lady. She's a bigwig Apple. And so she knew her stuff. And she was going to interview for a top-notch career change. So we're working, and I'm telling her how to interview for this person, how to interview for this person. She had 7 interviews lined up, and how to just go down. And she's like, "You're so smart." And I didn't react outside, but I'm thinking to myself, "What? What? What?" And I'm thinking to myself, I've never felt smart. Because again, going through that childhood, I was in survival mode. High school, survival mode. Dating, survival mode. And it took me 12 years ago where a bigwig lady looked at me and she's like, "You are so smart." I never put Diane and smart in the same sentence. That was because I was disassociated, and it was because of my childhood. Of course, I was not smart. I was damaged. And also, even today, of course, anybody that's around me, with me, if I'm in a room, everybody's safe. I've always protected my girlfriends. They have any little problems while we're out, I'm the one that stands up because I can handle rough. I was raised that way. Because when you have trauma, life is rough. And then I realized one day, why do I stand up to protect anybody and everybody? Because I always felt like I was the damaged one. And I didn't want anybody else to get damaged. I'll just get re-damaged. Keep everybody else clean. So do you see how the mind get so distorted that I didn't realize in those moments that I was important also. That I wanted I wanted to be protected. I didn't know how to receive that. So I'm the one that stood up and took care of business. So when we work together, I'm going to have you understand your patterns of survival, of trauma. And we're going to realize for the first time in this body that the trauma is over. So I'm Diane at Healing Bodies, Healing Souls. We can all change and heal. We are all amazing. And with all of the stuff in the background, you may have not realized how amazing you are, but I'd like to educate you on that. All my sessions are on Zoom. Can't make it much easier. So reach out, give me a call. I'm Diane at healingbodieshealingsouls.com. And I'd love to support you so you can actually live and breathe and enjoy who you are, because I know you're pretty amazing. So thank you.